4 radio stations in one great app. MCBN Media Group app is a must-have app for all global Pinoys who love music. Free to download. Pinoy Radio, today's best Filipino music, plays the latest pop music with a mix of good old throwback OPM hits. Crosswave, the right hit music mix. America's Top 40 CHR Internet Radio slides back from the 90s and 2000s playlist. And today, Jeepney Pinoy Radio. Tara, sakay na! Let's rock and roll! The alternative way to listen mainstream and Pinoy indie music, OPM rock, and rap. Handpicked into one great playlist with live and acoustic versions. Plus, featured Tunog Kalye faves. MCBN Radio, 24/7 of the most listened American and British throwback hits from the 70s and 80s. With live broadcast feature and serving as the voice of the community. MCBN TV, live TV programs and mainstream blogs from great entertainment personalities and social media influencers. Download now. Heard the name Jezebel de Venecia? The lady is into a lot, like realtor, investor, business owner. Get this, risk taker. But what I love most is money maker. She deals with professionals, people from real estate business, strategists, specialists, as well as influencers and artists. Learn from her. Get the knowledge you need. Catch the latest trends. Know more about buying your own home. She's definitely the right person for these kinds of discourse and related questions. Kaya ngayong linggo, catch the program Bahay-Kubo to Mansion. At sa tulong niya, make your dreams and goals. Live on PinoyRadio.com and MCBN.TV.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you for tuning in. If it's morning in your part of the world, please get yourself a coffee and also tea, or if it's in the afternoon, put your feet up and just relax. If in the evening, wag pang matulog, stay up with us and tune in today. Thank you for tuning in to our show Bahay-Kubo to Mansion, where we talk to investors, entrepreneurs, business owners, and various different artists. Here we will talk to them about their success journey, their ups and their downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly, their secret sauce to success, the daily habits, and their mindset. Today, we have a very amazing lady, our guest, and I can't wait because this is my favorite topic. It's about investments, real estate investments specifically. So this lady is a superwoman. She is a mother of 4 boys. She works full-time. She has over 70 units of doors in real estate. That is a lot. And this is all acquired in probably most of it in less than 2 years. But she also works full time and she is an active partner in all of her investments. So without further ado, she's also my partner. Without further ado, please welcome the very, very smart lady, Jenny Gagatiga.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you for that smart introduction. And first thing first is I'd like to congratulate you for your radio shows. And I really love the title like Bahay-Kubo to Mansion because it could relate for all successful entrepreneurs, not just me, but there's a lot of Filipino out there who are really killing it in the industry. And also, I'd like to also greet our fellow kababayan. So I'd like to say, wave hi, hello. For all those listening and watching, mabuhay kayo. And stay tuned for Jess radio show Bahay-Kubo to Mansion.
We're going to have so much fun today because this is my favorite topic of all. Who is Ate Jenny? Tell me about your story.
Wow.
Tell them about your story because it's very, very inspiring.
I guess I would tell my secret since I'm the buena mano for a real estate investor guest here at your show. So I would tell it all. So you could pick a lot of nuggets from my interview and I'm always willing to share. So first thing first is I'm a mother of four boys. And I'm also a cheerleader of four boys and my forever Santa. So, like, we are all like one big family living in one house in Mississauga. And I came here as a skilled immigrant way back in 2007. And then from then on, like, I bought my principal residence 2 years after, which is way back in 2009.
And then when was your first investment house?
So my very first investment house, like I would consider my principal residence is my investment house way back in 2009. But when I about to refinance it way back in 2015, I was just dreaming of having a big house. But I had this realtor told me and advised me like, hey, why do you need a bigger house? Why don't you have like your second income property so that would be your retirement money? And then probably like held it for more than 10 years. And after that, you retire. And then that could have been growth infinite. So I said, I follow my realtor at the time. So I bought my second property, which is 3 blocks away from my place in Mississauga. And true enough, like I'm so happy because right after the closing, I got a successful tenant already who's really very meticulous and very like clean on like dealing with my property.
The property, yeah.
Rental property. And at the same time, like, all his furnitures are state of the art. Much better than my furnitures.
Okay. So up to this date, you have over 70 units or doors. We call them in investments. And a lot of it are, what are the, what's the purposes of these properties?
Yeah, so I would like to tap on the very first property of mine because that is very has a sentimental value for me because I didn't get to the 70 doors because of this first property because like at the time I don't know what I'm doing. So I just follow someone else's advice until I got into a messy situation that my current tenant stopped paying. So now I got panic and stress out because like that is the source of my income to pay for the mortgage for the second property. So what now? What should I do? So what I did is I reached out to my best friend, which is Google. So I went to to Google platform. Like I reach out for any real estate organization that's available out there, and true enough, I found one real estate group organization based in Oakville who had helped me a lot. They didn't charge me anything at all. They assigned me a paralegal to handle a case. And that was really like mind-blowing. They tell me everything. And the rest is history.
Well, it's good that you started because a lot of the investors that do start in real estate and they get a problems with tenants. And once they get that, they start saying, oh, no, it's a bad investment, blah, blah, blah. So it's good that you kept on going. Some of the ones that had that problem on their first investment property, they tend to back away and they didn't fight. Not fight. Fight's not the word. They didn't persevere to kick out the tenant. They just kind of sold and then that's it. But I'm so happy that you stuck with the paralegal, and there is a process in getting the tenants to leave.
Yeah, exactly. So that's I became an accidental entrepreneur because of that. I've never imagined in my wildest dream that I would become a real estate entrepreneur. I just wanted to work forever. By the way, I'm a practicing pharmacist. In the Philippines. I completed my master's in business administration on a corporate setup, not an entrepreneur setup. Because just like any typical traditional parents, they want you to have a good education so that you could have a good job, right? That's it. So they never train you how to be a good employer, but just a good employee.
So you have a mixture, I'm guessing, in single family, multifamily. Do you have a commercial as well and condos?
Yeah.
And do you have any short-term rentals?
I do. Yeah. So my very first investment is a single family home. It's a turnkey because when you're just starting up, like for me, especially, I don't want any headaches in terms of renovations and dealing with the contractors and other moving parts of it. Because at the time, I'm still working. I'm still working right now, and but the thing is, I just wanted to park it there because they mentioned that having a real estate property is just a passive, right? So I started with turnkey, and then my second property was in Niagara region because I cap out in Mississauga. The houses there have gone up so high. When I bought my very first rental property, I paid over 30,000 on that. But when I bought my
That's it? But
yeah, that's it.
that's it. But you know that 30,000, if you didn't buy it, you probably doubled your investment.
7 years ago
Yeah.
now it's over a million, right? But like when I bought my principal residence, that was the recession time, way back in 2009. So I did really get a good deal out of it. So money is on the buy. And up to these days, I said there's no turning back. I was so scared. My family was so scared at the time to buy that because my husband said, "Do we have money to put a down payment on a house?" Of course, we have money. So I pull out my envelope. Here's our money. So we can buy any house now.
Well, a lot of investors always say, "Oh, we don't have money. We don't have, we can't invest." Actually, in fact, money is the easiest to get. You need credit, you need employment. There's many other things that you need.
Yeah.
So money is actually the least of, their problem because there's lots of joint ventures. You've done joint ventures too, correct?
Yeah, exactly. There was one point in time that I cap out with the mortgage because of like the value that I'm buying are from Mississauga. You know how much it cost at the time. And then I went to Niagara region, and then I cap out in Niagara region. I went to Windsor. That was my very taste of multifamily. I bought like a 15-door unit there. And then I cap out in Windsor. I went to Northern Ontario and buy more properties there. I have like probably over 30 doors on that area. So I learned at a very age because of the education that I incurred during my period of acquisition was so tremendous to me because like you're able to apply those different strategies. Like you mentioned, like it's not only the money. So if you have read the book from Stefan Arnyo, which is Money, People,
Money,
and
People,
Deal,
yeah.
right? So if your problem is money and you have the skill set, you can connect, then you can find someone who has the money. And then if you have a deal, you can find someone who has a deal. So for me, I'm more of like a people connector. I know someone who has the money and I know someone who has a deal and marry together and create a joint venture partnership.
Well, in multifamily, there's three legs. There's the acquisition, and then there's also the capital raising, and then there's the asset management. So with you, I think you can do all three, but out of those three, what is your favorite?
So far right now, I'm more on the acquisition side.
I think so too. You're
Yeah.
very good at it.
Yeah, that's my bread and butter. I'm good at like finding deals. And when I found the deals, I bring it to the investors and we can structure the deal. But the transition side as well too, once I found someone who's really good at what I'm doing as well too, I can transition to a capital raiser to fund bigger deals because I'd like to help out other people as well too because that's their number one challenge. It's more of like a mindset game that like you have that limiting belief that you cannot really raise that capital funds to fund your deal.
Now, let's go back to the acquisition so that we can talk to our viewers what is exactly involved in acquisition because it's not just technically buying. You have to shift through many deals to see a good one because of course you're on the other side, you're buying, so you want to make sure that those performers are what you want and also what the seller is wanting. So it's kind of that's when that negotiation starts, or is this a good deal? So tell me, what is your how do you do that?
Yeah, because of my corporate background, like I've worked in the Philippines as a market researcher and a product developer, so I know the market ends. I study about it and then present it to my boss. So same application that you do on the industry in the real estate particularly. So I'm more of the research junkie. So I have three factors that I really considered in investing in real estate. Is first is the job. So if there's jobs around the area. Second is infrastructure. If there's a lot of like LRT, other mode of vehicles that are available on the city or provinces that you are investing. And third is the population growth. As we know now, like the current government is inviting over 500,000 immigrants
Per year.
per
I think.
year.
Yeah.
So imagine that. So Greater Toronto area where we live is almost saturated. So where would they pour those immigrants? So for me, I always wanted to be ahead of the curve because of my nature as being a researcher. So I want to talk to those potential markets already based on the study so that like I will be ahead in terms of like equity and other like available stocks there. For example, at the time when I was investing in Mississauga, not a lot of like investors are investing in Mississauga at the time. It's not really like an in, but when I invest there, I diverted my refinance money to Niagara region.
I love Niagara.
I
We've
love
been
it.
investing there for the last 5 years. When we first bought an investment property, they were like 300,000.
I know there's even like 190.
Crazy,
Go to Welland
craziness.
at the time.
Oh yeah, it's just totally crazy, and it was like buying cookies. Let's go.
I know. When I started investing in 2018 in Niagara, like I was investing in St. Catharines, so the price of, let's say, a bungalow there is around like 350. But mind you, when you go to Welland, it's around like less than 300. Probably you're looking around like 200 to 250. So there's a big gap of prices there.
Okay. Well, I want to take a break. I want to dive more into the multifamily and how we can help our kababayan to learn about it and also to the different strategies that they can incorporate just by when they first start. So let's take a break and I'll see you in about a minute or so.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Action Honda, where car ownership is made easy. Located at 4334 Kingston Road, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Kumusta kabayan? Ito si Rafael Nebres, General Manager ng Action Honda. Para makatipid, mapabilis, pagbili ng Honda sasakyan, kami laging may paraan. Laging may sales events at promotion tama sa iyong kakayahan. Please call us at 416-281-1234, 416-281-1234. Bibili ka o hindi, it's always my pleasure to talk to our kababayan. Mabuhay!
Show, Bahay-Kubo and we're talking to Ate Jenny Gagatiga, who is a super duper investor in real estate. So we were talking earlier about multifamily because that's really where I want to focus. A lot of the people think that if they're going to invest in real estate, it's just single sport. So because if you do just by yourself, you're tapped out. You're maybe 1-2 properties and then that's it. So that's why you need to have different partners, different joint ventures, and different other strategies that you can incorporate. What is one that worked very well for you?
Yeah, for me, I went to my real estate journey where I started. I would mention like I started with a cash cow because you live in Greater Toronto. When you buy property here, it's equity building. right? It's not necessarily cash flow, but it's equity building. But as you go and you wanted to scale up, you try to find properties that are cash flowing. So those cash flowing, not necessarily equity building, but those one are probably farther away from Greater Toronto area. It could be like 6 hours away, like Northern Ontario. So, and then when you develop that, because I always believe in diversification of your real estate strategy.
So let me just dial it back a bit. So for what is cash flowing real estate property? Because they may not know what that is.
Okay. So a cash flowing properties is like when you buy a property that would support all your income, all
Expenses.
your expenses, and at the same time, once you deducted all the expenses, you have remaining income to begin with. So that you call it like
it's
cash
$50
flow.
a cash flow.
Well, you could say in general, like that's why you mentioned to me, like, up behind the scenes, like how many doors do you need to have? Like typically when you refinance your property, like what's left really on standard is $250 per door. So the goal is how much money do you really need to live per month? So that will depend on your number of doors. So if you wanted, say, 20,000 per month, because I wanted to travel probably like, 6 times a week. I wanted to be a snowbird, like I'm in Florida during the winter season here. So now going back to the discussion that we have more on multifamily. So those multifamily are source of cash flow properties where you build your wealth. And at the same time, you're able to sustain whatever the expenses that you have. So that's sort of like your active income. And then your cash cow is your equity income. That's your retirement. So, and then at the same time, as you go to do your journey, is you kind of like diversify into like a higher risk, but infinite income. So that's where the lifestyle investing comes, where you have like short-term, mid-term, and at the same time like furnished rentals across the place. So when I say across the place,
When you say short term, these are like Airbnbs, VRBOs, correct?
yeah, so technically when you say short term, these are the things in terms of regulations is those properties that are less than 28 days. And then when it's over 28 days to 6 months, those are called like midterm rentals. And it's over 6 months, that's called like furnished long-term rentals. So the income there is erratic. But when you strategically find your properties and buy the properties, it's
The right location for
right location,
short term, definitely.
Yeah, the income is infinite. Plus, it's rewarding because, like, your place is always clean and maintained. It's ready for sale, right? Plus, the thing is, for me now,
Vacation.
Yeah. I come to the point that, like, I really love investing. So I love to buy in places that I wanted to go to. So that's why I have in Niagara region, because that's a tourist destination. I have in Calgary, and I have closing actually this month, end of month in Calgary. That would be my second one. And then I have 2 short-term rentals in BC. Oh my gosh. So that
Is it in Kelowna? Is this the one in Kelowna?
It's close to Canmore.
Canmore.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the Rockies Mountain. So your views there are like 360 degrees
Of the mountains, yeah.
And then in front of you is golf course, and then on the right side is lake. Sometimes, like, when you go there, it's just so relaxing. So that's the rewarding part of it.
We were talking about acquisition earlier, and you were saying that you need to do your due diligence, and you're looking for, net migration into the area. And also, what about performance? Do you do that as well?
Yeah, so for me, like, because I do like analyze deals every day. So I just want to use and optimize my time. So the deals are coming to me every day, and then I do assess them mentally. So I have my criteria already in terms of expense and income. Like I always follow like a 1% rent rule for multifamily. And then if it's for an old property or multifamily, you always like sort of like assess if you don't have all those information, like a 50% expense. But if it's like a new build or newly renovated or newer properties, probably your expense there is around like 35%. I also like, putting value add in there, but I'm not fan of really heavy renovation.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah, I only look for light renovations, like potential 2 units already that has a walkout basement, because you know how much it's gonna cost if you put up like a walkout basement there, a big windows, there's already a washrooms, and like a kitchen or a kitchenette.
Well, in terms of the raising capital, is that a hard one? Because that's what I do, like for our business. So is that hard to do? You don't think so?
I don't think so. Raising capital funds is not a hard, it's not a hard thing to do. I think the hard thing to do is managing your time, because like when you're doing real estate, like whether you're capital raising or acquisition, that takes a lot of your time. So you really have to prioritize. But like for me, I've started raising funds within my network of friends and family, and so far they're the one who have been like very very supportive to me. So now as you scale up, because like the deals are like you got to that bigger, like you got to that level that goes that you collaborate with different people, high season, with their different expertise. Like for me, since 2015, I have over 5 corporations created for real estate investment alone, right?
And you need that. When you want to scale up, you gotta go have corporations.
Exactly.
And build a team. So what is your super team like?
Well, my super team is number one, they need to be kind. Yeah, very passionate about their a chosen field. And then at the same time, they are all positive minded, because like if there's one negative mindset there, it can drain your energy.
Yeah.
Because like if they don't know anything, something like you can always like that skill set can be learned easily. But the mindset, it's hard really to train a person when that one is not yet there.
What about the management side? So in terms of like managing this different
portfolios.
And actually you're not even there. So some, like for us, we have in New Brunswick, some people have them in like Northern Ontario, Niagara, BC, and I'm sure we'll be moving to the US. But in terms of management, how do you manage that?
So I think like an CEO, or think like the owner of SMDC. Right? They started with their own. They managed their own initially, but as they grow, they train people to unload those to the different people, skilled people, because there will come a time that you wanna leverage your time and do all those things that are valuable. So it's a matter of, on the book it says like who, not how. It is very important that you're able to delegate it, so that you can spread your wings and help other or create another business structure. So initially, like I started managing my property within 1 hour away from my residence. But after that, when I start to invest 4 hours away, like Windsor, Northern Ontario, Alberta, and BC, like I start to hire and select my power team.
And property management is definitely a must once you start having like bigger portfolios.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing is like within the power team, because you've gone through the process of, especially for property manager, of hiring and firing.
Firing is always so hard for me.
It is because like you, aside from spending all your effort
and training
as well too, like that's the least thing that you want to do, but there's some decision that you really have to make and weigh for your business success.
Do you do a lot of BRRRR? Maybe we can explain what BRRRR is to our audience.
Yeah, so BRRRR is you buy, you renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. So the BRRRR could be a light BRRRR. That's what I mentioned before, is like I really like light burr.
Yeah.
Because especially on those markets in the Northern Ontario, for the reason is when you renovate them and you have put like an essential factor of renovations like flooring, touch up on the paint and kitchen, that makes the value up. You don't need to spend that much because you know your clientele. So you could have like, a class B minus and class C so that it's more appealing to them and it's more affordable. Because like when you do your budgeting, you also consider, is it affordable? Am I appealing to the greater masses or I'm appealing to the target A?
Well, when you're saying you want to do light burr, it's also good that you mentioned that because when people are buying, like there's a lot of flippers out there, and we do know a lot of flippers, but they already know their numbers. They have deep pockets, so light burrs are just easier to manage because whenever you do a renovation, there's always unexpected.
Yeah, expected additional costs, right? That's why when you burr, it's also the timing of the market. Like when I started investing in Sudbury, nobody was in, like, it's not nobody, but not all know Sudbury very well. So I was able to buy those properties, like I haggle on the price and it's been there for 2 months, right? And I did a little renovations there. It's almost like close to over 100% ROI. I was able to refinance, get out all the money, and I have an extra money on the side.
So that's been basically a lot of your strategies is you buy properties, you do a burr. Once you take the refinance, then you put it again into another project.
Yeah, there's also an exception. I was able to buy like a turnkey multifamily because if you're investing in Ontario, so the legalities, right? Sometimes you have to offer like cash for keys and all those stuff. You have to go to
what is cash for keys? A lot of people might not know that, but what is cash for keys?
Do I need to say it in public or? I guess we're catering to the general.
Just general.
Well, this is something that you offer an opportunity to your tenant. They might be in need of something else. They need the money immediately. And you kind of like help them offer some incentive or compensation. It's their options to leave or not. So if they have like, deeper meaning that they need the money, it's something that you can offer them as an opportunity.
They do that a
That's
lot
a
in
good
the
way to say
States.
it.
In the States, they do, that's like a very common practice. Let's go for break.
Okay.
And we'll talk more. Oh my God, I'm just getting so much. Yes, I love it. Okay, we'll give you another minute or so.
Are you looking for a place to live stream your next virtual event? MCBN Broadcast Center can help you explore the world of online events. We offer a mid-size green screen room to accommodate your next virtual events, equipped with state-of-the-art broadcast equipment and high-speed fiber internet. Experience a secure and uninterrupted live broadcast during the live stream. MCBN Broadcast Center also offers rental with our own broadcast facility for radio and TV, live streaming programs, and provides you with programming assistance. All these at a reasonable price. Located at 7894 Dufferin Street, Vaughan, Ontario, along Dufferin Street and 407. Give us a call at 905-781-6165 or email us at mcbngroup@gmail.com to book a tour. Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Action Honda, where car ownership is made easy. Located at 4334 Kingston Road, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Kumusta kabayan? Ito si Rafael Nebres, General Manager ng Action Honda. Para makatipid, mapabilis, pagbili ng Honda sasakyan, kami laging may paraan. Laging may sales events at promotion, tama sa iyong kakayahan. Please call us at 416-281-1234, 416-281-1234. Bibili ka o hindi, it's always my pleasure to talk to our kababayan. Mabuhay!
Caregivers, unite! Your show is here! ATC, eto tayong mga caregivers. Caregivers na nasa ibang parte ng ating mundo o nasa Canada mismo. Sama ka na sa palatuntunang tutugon sa iyong mga hinaing, sasagot sa mga isyong bumabagabag sa inyong damdamin. Pag-uusapan ang mga temang napapanahon at mga hamon sa buhay ng mga caregivers ng kasalukuyang panahon. ATC, kasama ang inyong ating Ate V Pagaduan. Heard the name Jezebel de Venecia? The lady is into a lot, like realtor, investor, business owner. Get this, risk taker. But what I love most is money maker. She deals with professionals, people from real estate business, strategists, specialists, as well as influencers and artists. Learn from her. Get the knowledge you need. Catch the latest trends. Know more about buying your own home. She's definitely the right person for these kinds of discourse and related questions. Kaya ngayong linggo, catch the program Bahay-Kubo to Mansion. At sa tulong niya, make your dreams and goals. Live on PinoyRadio.com and MCBN.TV.
Welcome back to Bahay-Kubo to Mansion. We're talking here to Ate Jenny Gagatiga, and we're learning so much. I hope you guys are enjoying the show because she's giving us a lot of nuggets, especially in building your portfolio or if you're new. So if you're new into investing, you don't have any experience, what would you recommend them do? Or do you have any advice for new investors or wanting to do it?
Yeah, so like for me, based on my experience, I really feel fortunate and blessed to be here in Canada because we have a really good financial system here in Canada that allows everyone or individual to earn income from zero to infinite by having buying a property and obtaining a home equity line of credit plus obtaining credit card. You can use your use a down payment using your credit card. So that's, and you could have like your line of credit. It's just so much easy to obtain those financial money. We say literally money, free money, that we could do whatever we wanted to do. It's just a decision whether we wanted to acquire properties or we wanted to buy material things.
Would you recommend somebody who is new and is inexperienced to do maybe perhaps joint venture?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you have the skills, like if you don't have the money at the start, then partner.
They always say that. I don't have the money, Ate Jess. I'm like, you don't need to have the money.
Money's just
It's
everywhere.
just everywhere.
It's just everywhere. You just have to find it. Like joint venture partnership is one key as well too. And like you always think what value you can give to that person that he doesn't have. So he doesn't have the time and you have the time.
You
right?
can manage the property.
You can manage the property. He has the money, you don't have the money, but you have the time, you have the energy to manage the property. So just like going back to the original, you have like you're using other people's resources, you're using other people's money. So it's like, you know,
or you found a really good deal.
Or you find a really good deal.
Yeah, that could be another.
You can wholesale it as well
you
too,
can
right?
Yeah,
I know someone who's good at wholesaling.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna have to bring him in. He's also our partner.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, like, you know, money, people, and deal. If you're not the money, then you could be the deal finder or you could be the financial partner finder.
What's your favorite projects? Are they land developments? Are they multifamily, little mix projects?
Yeah, so far right now, I'm enjoying the short-term, mid-term rentals because like I really love beautiful places. I'm always like, you know, open for open houses. Like if there's open houses in the neighborhood that I wanted to go to, I always go there because I really love beautiful housing. And then you have those like creative ideas on how you can decorate or stage them.
Oh, by the way, there is a group called CAPREI and you're one of the members. In fact, you're one of the co-founder, you, Kuya Dennis, and Kuya Tom. And tell us what you guys do. I've been to these events and it's actually quite amazing. And tell the viewers more and maybe hopefully more people will join.
Yeah, so if we have 1 million population of Filipinos here in Canada. So that would be our goal, to reach out to those 1 million people to our group. It's a funny thing and an interesting story, because the person who originally founded it was a person who doesn't have any property at all. He doesn't even have a principal resident. But through the CAPREI, like, we mentored him, and then we created a group, because like initially they bring me to the group as an expert, and so as the other two people there. And we're so proud of the members of the CAPREI, because you can count probably 95% have already rental properties in their portfolio. So those 5% are on the process of obtaining their portfolio. So it's like a 100% success rate for those individuals that are member of CAPREI.
So it's actually a Facebook group, and sometimes they get together in the city, either quarterlies. I know you just did a Kabalan, we did a Christmas party, and this is where they share also their experiences, and they also share the knowledge, and they're not bragging in any way. Like this, for example, this show that we have, you're not bragging that, oh, you have 70 doors. It's nothing like that with this CAPREI. It's more inspiring. And do you know this person? I need this. Ate Jenny, I need this in this location. It's that kind of helping hand.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And you could see, like, the different type of, like, asset class that we have there. There's so many, like, engineers, architects. So those people are your power team already. So when you need a construction, eventually when we land into a land development development projects. So we have an engineers, we have those like architects looking at our layout possible, and there's like appraiser already on the team,
And
right?
electricians and plumbers as well. So now these master electricians, for example, they may not be in the area that you want to purchase, or they could be somewhere else. But the network is quite wide, because they have some people from BC as well, right? And also Calgary, Alberta.
As well too. There's even like one talked to me, like he's based in the US, but he has still property in Alberta, so he wanted to join. So I said, like, this one is open for everyone. Like, we wanted to open it to the 1 million people that are here in Canada who are Filipino.
Because they say there's Filipinos that invest. I'm like, yes, there's so many actually. And they talk about it openly, from 50 doors. And they do also GPLPs,
Exactly. That's
land
why
development.
I feel proud that 95% of the people member of CAPREI have income properties already. So for those 5% that doesn't have the property, reach out to us. We're willing to help you out.
Yeah. So how do they get a hold of you, Ate Jenny? I know in the future you'll be doing more projects. Like what's in store for you? I know we're closing on 8-plex, 6-plex, 4-plex in a commercial.
Total of 16 door
portfolio. By February.
Yeah.
Mid-February.
And I have my own deal of 10 units closing end of January, close, knock on wood. And then definitely the other one in Calgary is closing on end of month.
What's to expect in 2023, Ate Jenny?
Yeah, to expect in 2023 is like you level up, you go to your...
I like that.
You level up, be uncomfortable, because that's the way to grow as well too, and reach out to those people that who can help you along the way and who's you wanted to be. Because like if you don't ask, then
you don't know.
You don't know, right? Nobody will give you that information.
And since you've had this journey in real estate investments, it's not just wealth actually that you've acquired. With me, for sure, in my real estate investment journey, it's really, for me, it's the people that you meet.
Exactly. Like for me, I really enjoy the companion, the relationship.
Really, yeah.
That's why you love to partner with those people who have common denomination, which is the positive mindset and compassionate with people as well too. Because eventually, like, there come to the point in time, like, why am I doing it? It's not for me. Like, probably, like, I'd like to reach out to more people and touch on somebody's lives that probably they're all alone, they're on their low side of their life, but they want to uplift their level of investing.
There's so much opportunities in real estate investment. I think we only just scratched the surface. 1 hour is like not enough because even the stuff that I'm asking, they may not have thought about it. But if you're gonna stay in a long-term investment as an investor, you're gonna be doing all of that.
Yeah.
Like all of that. And the journey is just so wonderful.
It's like, the concept of Dragon's Den and Shark's Tank. Now you become the passive investor that you help them out. What's your deal?
For sure.
So if
For
you have
sure.
the deal, like you have the money, I'm always open for collaboration because I'm always believe in like community, and that's why I enjoy like working with different people.
So,
aspect.
and speaking of collaborations, how do they get in touch with you? These, like, if their audience, if they may have some questions, maybe they have some deals, or they may have some other things on the go. I mean, you can definitely contact me. We're business partners, but she is a wealth of knowledge as well. So, what's your IG? What's your Facebook? Phone number?
So if they are not a member yet of CAPREI, CAPREI stands for Canadian Pinoy Real Estate Investor. You can search it out on Facebook. So just will accept you. And if not, you can find me on Jenny Gagatiga Facebook. And on my IG is Jenelyn.Gagatiga Investor.
See? Wow, that's amazing. What kind of daily habits do you have? I always like to ask this because I know your entrepreneurs are so busy. I have this myself. I have mommy guilt. It's real. And just the busyness of it from the morning, I try to wake up as early as possible so that I can sleep as early as possible, but that never happens. So how do you manage your time? You're even taking care of your mom.
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, that's the reason. That's one of my end goal as well, to be able to help my elders and to have more time for my family. Those are the like when you say the 5 levels of wise, but at the same time is also like I have been like doing like a morning journal because I'm a morning person. I always wake up early. Like you don't need an alarm clock to wake me up.
Do
Sometimes
you have a 5 a.m. club? Are you a member of that?
I'm not following a 5 a.m., but I can wake up around like 4:30, 5 a.m. or 6. But I have my daily journal because that's where you kind of like organize. Before, when someone wanted to reach me out, I can remember like, okay, let's just talk on Messenger. But right now, if it's not on Calendly, it won't happen. So that's the big difference now because you're catered to many people and many partners, and at the same time all the projects that I'm going through as well too.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot.
I kind of like manage my time and at the same time serve purpose to those people that are in my circle of network.
I see what you mean.
Just like a Capricornian, I'm always loyal to my friends.
So, well, the CAPREI, do you have a next event coming up so we could invite some people? I mean, when I mean event is, get together and they learn some stuff.
We had 2 CAPREI event last year, so we want to have 2 at least this year. So we usually held it summer and before the Christmas season. So expect that one sometime in July, where the weather is beautiful already.
Like a barbecue?
Yeah, we can always like go to Kabalen and other probably catering business because we want to support local businesses as well because one of the owner is also a CAPREI member.
Yeah.
And she's killing it as well in real estate
Yeah?
investing.
Ate Rose? Is it
Beverly.
Beverly?
And they form a partnership together with another lady, Rose.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
amazing as well, though. She's
Yeah.
doing good.
I'll
bigger
definitely
things.
speak to her. I did reach out to her already. Now, the other thing is, what about GPLP? Now, this is probably, if you're into the really, really, really
Big.
big time. So let's maybe touch on GPLP because to me, I like it, and I've
Yeah.
done it in the past. So
Yeah, I think the main question is what is worth to set up a structure like GPLP? So
what is GPLP?
So it's a general partnership where you're the active partner, and then the limited partnership it can be like a subscription, or you're the financial partner. So just like imagine here that like by the subscription of shareholders, like I own Apple, right? And Apple has subscribers, shareholders as well too. So the shareholders are like limited partnerships, right? But the liable one are the general partnership to touch on that level. But the question lies there because there's so many form of structure. You could just simply have like a joint venture partnership where you can create two corporation,
Yep.
one corporation for a money partner and one corporation for an active partner. Or you can set it up at the same time a joint venture partnership that whoever plays a position as a mortgage holder, and the other one would be like the money partner. So that's a different setup as well that can be set up on a separate joint venture agreement.
what about in the money partners, for example? Have you ever tried private lending to fund your deals? Because a lot of people kind of, oh my gosh, that's so much. It's private lending. It's a lot of interest. But actually, it makes sense on some deals, correct?
You know what? The one that I have, the very first 15-door unit apartment in Windsor, that was the down payment for that was a private lending financed by a private lender. So when you don't know what you don't know, right, you're kind of like scared. But as you go and do it again, it just becomes normal. So for me, like I obtain private money from my friends, circle of relatives, and now my business associates who've been with me and have attended so many events that I have hosted. So you become a group, you become a business associate, and you become a partner. You become friends as well too.
Any imparting words for our viewers? I mean, I could talk more and teach more, but we only have so much. So any imparting words for our viewers?
Yeah, so I'd like to touch page on like thanking Canada that I am here because that gives me a lot of opportunity to own properties. If I'm the Philippines, I don't think I could own that much because it's only here that we have a good system of financial. We're able to us to have an income from zero to infinite. So it means to say what's stopping you to do those things and obtaining those things. So I said I encourage you to be positive and approach those people that have been there because that's the only way to learn.
This in real estate investments, there's so many pitfalls, so many ups and downs. The journey definitely is so wonderful. But my imparting words is always just do it, like Nike. I don't know if I'm like allowed to say that.
Take it.
But
Do
honestly, just do it because if it's in the guts. The difference between somebody who owns, somebody who rents is just their fear. It's their guts. And this young lady here is totally fearless. So, well, thank you so much. Join us again for our next show next week and same time at Bahay-Kubo Tumansyon. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Heard the name Jezebel de Venecia? The lady is into a lot, like realtor, investor, business owner. Get this, risk taker. But what I love most is money maker. She deals with professionals, people from real estate business, strategists, specialists, as well as influencers and artists. Learn from her. Get the knowledge you need. Catch the latest trends. Know more about buying your own home. She's definitely the right person for these kinds of discourse and related questions. Kaya ngayong linggo, catch the program Bahay-Kubo to Mansion. At sa tulong niya, make your dreams and goals. Live on PinoyRadio.com and MCBN.TV.